Hey guys, welcome back to Crypto Talk with Mongo. And I'm going to start you with the hourly here for Bitcoin. Nice pump up, but the pump up was on decreasing money flow. So while we could stair step higher, I'm looking for a rejection here shortly. I like it probably in the neck of the woods. We almost hit here. I'm not sure if we're declining already, but you've had decreasing momentum waves with price action that just pump back up. So technically on lower time frames, you have bearish divergences. I will say though, this is a bullish pattern. Anytime you see a W, you have it. You had it down here too. Bigger W here. This leg played out, came back down W again, but looks like you're losing momentum. So we could see a little bit of a push higher. Also on my value area high from this lower pull on the local range is showing up at 58, basically $600. And you can see in the white lines I have here, let me get rid of some of these yellow ones for you. Actually leave that one, that's an alarm. So I turned off most of my indicators, you can see it. So I left on just the moving averages and I left on some order blocks so you guys can see kind of the key structures here. The red line here I also have drawn, or just it helps me draw in a lower time frames, kind of the point of control for the larger area. And that's what we respected here on the back test. This is a good spot to enter here. I did take a long here, but I also stopped it here. Today was such chop, I didn't even bother trying to ride it out. On days like today, you're probably better off doing lower leverage. Instead of taking 100x leverage, move it down to 50 or 25. And maybe take a larger order position. What that allows you to do is put the stop loss well below price action. And if it does go against you, you're not really losing that much money. So risk reward, know your limits. And your goal here is to reduce your losses and increase your gains, right? So that's how this works. Let your winners run, cut your losers short. So I've got these two levels here basically, looking for a rejection somewhere in the neighborhood of like 58,300 to 58,500. We break through that with a huge wick. Let's say this evening you've got a trailing anchored VWAP coming in at 59,415, and you've got another huge order block here. This is on MEXC. This one we're currently tapping has $320 million in shorts. Up here, you've got roughly, what is it, 177 million, up here is 300 million. So keep in mind, MEXC is also like the 5th or 6th largest exchange, so it's not even close to being a big boy. You get into Binance and Bybit, these are probably $1 billion in terms of levels. So we have some levels to break through. You break above this, we're going to rock it, right? So top of the anchored VWAP's up here at 62,863. But let's do one step at a time. Play the range, right? So we still, on this more of a macro sense, we haven't broken much market structure bullishly. It's all been internal. So we need to get back above 58,500 to kind of get more of a momentum wave going up. Locally, we did break structure. We broke it here. This white line indicated was a support resistance flip, and same thing with this one. So if you can stay above either one of these two and consolidate, it's really, really bullish. But also keep in mind you've left a trail of liquidity behind you. All of this has been unmitigated. So I could see Asia dumping this bad boy. So I'm more or less looking for shorts in the short term than in the long term. Obviously, you know me, I'm macro bullish in general, just based on the 4-year halving cycle and things of that nature, and kind of going off of that. So this is Bitcoin. We'll just stop it there. I did a bunch of stuff recently in terms of the macro structure. Before I actually go away to do another chart and look at other things like band protocol, let's look at the 1 day. So 1 day did print a trigger wave, green dot. Let's do you a quick favor. The last time we had a green dot with the money flow in the green and the VWAP heading up, what did that look like? All right, so this is a similar size wave here. So let's go up here. What is this? All right, so yes, it was a dead cat bounce, but let's take a look here. So from this dot, what do we got? All right, so on that daily candle, we pumped until we dumped again. Another 10, let's call it 11%. Let's be accurate, 10.75%. So from this green dot, what do we got? Green dot started on this candle. 10.75% will put us at that top level of resistance I have in white, coming in at 60,389. So that's a level to watch. That's why I have alarms up there. Break above that and back test, we're going to run. But on a lot of cases, on the monthly especially, we really need a big push. And a weekly, start down at the weekly and monthly, we need to get back above 60. It's kind of the make or break. We're very bearish. You get a bearish rejection here for another lower low, it's going to get ugly very fast. So I'll leave Bitcoin alone with that one. Let's head on over to, this is Solana. Sorry, I was scalping earlier, so I'm zoomed in on the lower time frame, so we get a higher stuff for you. And let's delete everything off of here so we can have the clean picture. All right, where are we? So we have relatively bearish. I actually get the daily. This is kind of hard to see. You're just consolidating. Actually, it's really bullish. I'll show you on a different time frame. Anytime you see this structure, it's a consolidation pattern before a push higher. So I guarantee if I pull a fixed value area range here, you're going to see it's all within limits. Yep. Bounced today off of the value area low, and we're moving higher again. So jump back out to the, let's do 3-day. What we got? So here's the funny part. What does this look like? Looks like this, right? That's like a massive consolidation before a big pump. Same thing here. This is a nice, super nice consolidation, holding levels. It's also forming a cup and handle on like the lower time frames as well. And on the bigger time frame here, this is the 3-day. You're having a cup and handle pattern kind of playing out as well. Although we haven't dropped the, on the 3-day here, you have the 100 EMA holding up as support. So let's do, let's go the weekly again for you. I don't think I have much data to pull on this one, do I? This is MEXC. Let me switch charts for you. Excuse me for a second. Let's use Binance. All right, so there's 2021. It looks like from a previous video, there's your target, right? 370, not 347 is what I had before. But here's the pull the fib from the top to the bottom, and I put obviously my target there in the middle for that obvious reason. It's kind of a breakout target. Oops, excuse me on that one. Let me delete that. I don't know why I have that there. Although it is in the middle of the range, so it's just kind of nice. But anyways, your breakout targets are usually the 1618 to the 2618. You've got people like Raul Powell, who's super bullish on Solana, and he's saying a minimum of 800, a max of 1500. 1500 is literally off my chart. Let's add in some 3s and 4s. And let's do this one. What's the 3618 look like? And then what is the 4? I already have the 4618. And let's do 5.618. Make that a funky blue or something. All right, what we got? So based on Raul Powell's case, you're kind of up here at the 5618. Above and beyond, that's crazy. But nothing's guaranteed, but a lot of cases you have these big blow-off tops that have, on most altcoins, between the 2 and 3618. So the 3618 is coming in at $945, currently speaking. So if you just emulated this one here, you can take a bar structure here, and you can do the bars pattern and go from here to here and kind of get an idea of the top, right? This is the whole thing, so we get some kind of a picture of the dump too after the fact. Oops. What is that about? kind of put that there. What does that give us? It gives us basically the 3618, which I just talked about, just slightly above it. Coming at 1,020. That's how that looks. So yeah, that's Solana. Let's head over to, I don't know why I have this. I think it's supposed to be band protocol. Go to band. Let's go to band on the weekly. Band is one of our more bullish ones. I mean, look at this thing. It's sitting on the bottom. Let's just turn all this other junk off for you. Turn this off. Turn that off. Turn that off. There you go. So now you have support resistance levels. You got a triple bottom, which I like a lot. You've kind of like on the more of the macro structure for Bitcoin. Currently, you've got kind of like a inverse head and shoulders with a head here, and then a higher low. So this has so much more room to run. I've talked ad nauseum about basically this, but basically let's look at prices. From today's price to the 618, you were looking at 1,200%. I mean, I just saw on log scale, so that's why this looks so crazy. So let's do this for you. Now it doesn't look so bad. That just even further proves my point of how undervalued Band Protocol is. It's the only, in my opinion, the only other competitor to Chainlink. They've got most of the professional sporting leagues like the NBA, NFL, NHL, European soccer. They have a lot of their NFTs and stuff running on their platform. They are the main API provider for them. So 786, you're looking at roughly 1,500%. 886, which is the big rejection point for a lot of stuff, is coming in at 1,700, the all-time high. You're looking at 1,990%. And if you were to blow off top, like most coins, to the 1 or 2618, Band Protocol, you're looking at 3,200%, and the 2618 up at $58, you're looking at 5,227%. So that's Band Protocol. Now you can see why I'm bullish on them. Another one is JASMY. JASMY is, let's go to the weekly for you. JASMY, they call it the Japanese Bitcoin. Let's not do the log. Let's do that. Same thing as Band Protocol. It's in a very similar situation where it's got a lot of room to run. And I haven't found a chart yet. Let's actually do another chart because I don't think this is just a perpetual future. So let's do USD. Let's assume somebody, let's do crypto.com. That should have it. Nope. Wow. Yeah, I don't know if the chart just dumps from the beginning or not. Let's see if I can find one that doesn't do that. What's Bitcoin? Binance? They all do it. All right, so this one I think it's legit. It's 36 cents. The other one said $2. I don't think that's correct. But this is the chart structure you want to see in any coin they try to buy into. It's dead, right? It's on the bottom. It has a lot of use case. It has a large community behind it. Huge in Asian culture. Excuse me, tongue tying myself. But basically, yeah, you got about $37 billion of liquidity sitting here in terms of longs piled up, waiting to go higher. And if that does do that, I mean, heck, just look to get back to like the 236. I mean, from today's price, you're looking at 330%. To the 618, you're looking at 1,000%. And then to the all-time high, you're looking at 1,700%. Another coin I'm watching was that one. So Band, JASMY, AVAX is another personal favorite of mine. Weekly. Yeah, I'll stick with the weekly. Get rid of some local stuff here. This is from a previous example. Excuse me, I want to delete some stuff. So nice bottom here, higher low so far. That's probably the 618. Let's verify. 786 bounce. That's nice and strong. We're just now reclaiming the weekly VWAP, which is bullish, really bullish up here at the resistance levels, the yearly VWAP at $38. But if you could buy you could buy AVAX under $30, doing great. I originally bought it back here under $8. I think it was like 8 and change, which is awesome. Although I did sell a bunch of it up here. Anyways, different topic for a different day. Take profit where you can. But to go from today's price to the 618, you're looking at 300% to the all-time high from today's price, looking at about 500%. So, you know, things that are more established like AVAX, you're going to see less of a percentage run. On things like, you'll see band protocol, there's more of a speculation. So my target kind of is at 375, 350 range for AVAX. Current price is $24. That's totally realistic in crypto. The 2618 is normally hit for a lot of these larger altcoins. So that's 1,400%. And if we hit 350, which is a round number, which you never do, and we'll just call it 1,300%. Or if, let's say you get chopped short at 234, which is the 1618, you're getting ahead of 800%. So not a bad hold for a layer one that has a lot of potential. Again, Bank of America and Citibank both hold them as their chosen blockchain currently. FTM is the forgotten about bastard child. No one forgets about these guys. So Andre, I believe, was their founder, left and came back, but this is a gorgeous W pattern here. Locally, let's find another chart that's not futures. Sorry. I have futures charts because I trade futures. Let's do the crypto chart. Well, you've got a lot of support resistance, don't you? How bullish does that chart look? Looks like a hockey stick about to happen. So something like this is pretty awesome. So, man, imagine getting it down there. What was that? Let's see what you got here. Wow, somebody made 50,000%. Even to the lows, you're at 3,000% above average. What you're in, wow. Getting in early counts, guys. All right, so top to bottom, fib-wise, let's go for the second high. Be realistic. So pull it from here to here. By the way, this, yeah, not on auto. There. Now it looks more realistic. We have, from today's price to the 618, you're looking roughly 320% to the all-time high. You're looking at 560%. To the 1618, you're looking at 946%. And then to the 2618, you were looking at roughly 1,560%. So these are the main coins I'm watching. I'm not even talking about Pulse Chain until things start to move. The only thing I have left in Pulse Chain is Ink and a little bit of Pulse just to transact with on the network. And if you want to do anything like that, unfortunately, if you want to trade just Pulse, there's plenty of exchanges like MEXC that actually have Pulse. I don't think it's worth the gamble until things get above day one SAC, and then you can re-enter. You get less of a return, sure, but I think there's other opportunities out there that are more guaranteed. Until the court case and Richard Hart get their shit together, I'm not going to bother with it. So I was one of the few that DCA'd the previous bottom, so I was in profit, so I did take some profit and left what little I wanted to leave in terms of allocating there. The rest of it went into Solana, Band, and AVAX. And I'm going to hopefully get some trading profits to roll back into more of FTM's position because I don't have too much of that, but I do want more of that. And then everything else is just I'm using Bitcoin as a bank account or savings account. So I'm literally, any extra bit of money I have, which is very little at the moment, is rolling into Bitcoin. It's going to go into either wrapped Bitcoin or regular Bitcoin, and it's just going to sit there. I am regretting selling a lot of my Bitcoin from the last market cycle. But I did make a lot in terms of other altcoins. But I will say, learn from your lessons, and I am going to just dollar cost average into Bitcoin and not touch it. Treat it like a savings account. It's just like I would with my previous gold and silver in terms of physical assets. So That's about it, guys. Nothing to say is financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me, hit it a Crypto Block Wall on Twitter and the Block Card Discord. And if you need some personal assistance or help, I'm a coach by trade on the sports medicine side of things, but pretty darn good with TA. So if you need help with the coaching side of things from the technical analysis side, I have a Patreon account. So that's in the link below. And I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.